Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Matt Holloway, host of the HoloNet on the mighty, the powerful Mojo 50 Radio. I am coming to you right now from the Maricopa County Voting Center, located 320 West Lincoln Avenue in Phoenix. And there is a very vibrant protest and demonstration going on here. Bryson Gray and Tyson James music blaring. Latinos for Trump are out. All these folks supporting President Donald Trump and calling out to count our votes. They are looking for Maricopa County and the state of Arizona to true up this vote, keep the count going until all of the legal votes are counted today. A lot of the same faces that I saw at the Arizona Republican Party are here right now. And these people are loud, they are happy despite 100-degree temperatures. They are here to support their president. Impromptu dance party breaking out over here. So please like and share. Let's get this video out. Going to be pushing this out on Mojo 50 as well as the HoloNet. Let's spread the word. You know, I say they're happy to be here, but at the core of it, this is because people have had it. They're happy to be here. They're happy to be doing their patriotic duty. But in reality, they have a lot to be angry for. Here in Maricopa County, we had the Sharpie controversy come out. There's been arguments on both sides. Yes, Sharpies, no Sharpies. Whether or not it's appropriate to vote using a Sharpie. Adrian Fontes has been crying to the heavens of his innocence that the Maricopa County and the Arizona authorities were within their rights to put that information out. A lot of us beg to differ, especially when you look on the ballot itself and it says do not use a Sharpie. It says do not use a Sharpie, do not use red ink. Use black or blue ink. And yet here we are. You can hear the horns blaring behind me as people come up Lincoln. Huge trucks with Trump flags fluttering. So it's our job here at Mojo 50, spread the word. Get it out there. Make sure that your voice is heard today. Getting this shared right now across Mojo 50 Radio. All the jackholes that are out there, please like, share. Get this out to all of your friends that Phoenix has not surrendered. Phoenix has not given up hope. Phoenix is fighting for a fair election. All right, folks, let's hear it. You see, that's the nice part about being a commentator instead of a reporter, is I actually get to interact like that. That's nice, isn't it? Mojo 50, this is the people that are fighting for your rights in Phoenix. We're out here. It's hot. But they're going to stay here as long as they have to, I think.
Count our votes! Count our votes! Count our votes! Count our votes!
This is an ongoing fight. A lot of these people were here last night. A lot of these people were here this morning. Just an hour or so ago at the Arizona Republican Party, we heard a statement from Dr. Kelly Ward, chairman of the Arizona Republican Party, resolute that every legal vote needs to be counted. Sorry. Just sharing things around right now. If you're just joining us, this is Matt Holloway with Mojo 50 Radio, host of the HollowNet, coming to you right now from 320 West Lincoln, the Maricopa County Vote Center.
Count our votes! Count our votes! Count our votes!
And this amazing demonstration going on right now in Phoenix, Arizona. Sorry about the screen shake there. Trying to work two-handed here. Also sharing this out. Multiple groups.
Our legal votes.
Yes, ma'am. Count the legal votes. All right, gonna flip you back over to me real quick. See my smiling face. Just give you an idea. Looking over my shoulder here. Huge crowd developing here at the offices of Maricopa County. Take you for a little walk around to the rear. And you've got stand-ups from all the mainstream news media. I saw America's Voice here before.
1% of the registered voters vote. Huh? Isn't that what they got? 101% of the voters voted here? That's right.
Now I'm going to take you real quick to one of the organizers of this protest and see if we can get a word. Excuse me, sir. Name's Matt. I'm with Mojo 50 Radio. I wonder if I could talk to you a little bit. What's your name, sir?
Michael.
Michael. All right, Michael, let me get situated here real quick. All right, Michael. Now, I heard you talking to the crowd before that you were one of the original organizers of this event. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've done here?
So last night, we came out, and it started with just a couple of us. We came out mainly to get our voices heard. We want to know what's going on with these votes here in Arizona. Why are we being forced to use the Sharpie? Why is one person saying that the Sharpie shouldn't affect the ballot, and then one person is saying that it would void the ballot? Now, I have on camera a woman from inside saying if you were to use a Sharpie marker, then it would void out your ballot. So we want to know what's going on. How come if you voted in person, even let's say you go and you vote in person with a ballpoint pen, black ink, just like they say to do, just like the ballot says to do, why is it that their ballots were accepted and never counted? So if these ballots aren't counted, if everybody here has not had their ballot counted, why did we give the state to Joe Biden? This is not even half of the size of the crowd that we had last night that is having issues with these, with these ballots. And not to mention the older generation, the older folks that are out there. I just talked to my grandmother this morning. She doesn't even know necessarily if her vote counts. But, she's not going to, her husband's got cancer. They're not going to come out here and do this. So what about those retirement communities? As you typically see with the voting patterns, you see the older generation, especially here in Arizona, which is traditionally a red state.
Yeah.
You see the older generation, typically they're going to vote Republican. So how is it that, we know that these elderly folk are getting their votes counted for? How do we know that their voice is being heard? That's what we're here for. We're not here necessarily to say, oh yeah, like Trump won or Biden lost. We're not here like that. We're not here to say, Biden sucks, and Trump should have won. We're not here like that. What we're strictly saying is that every voice needs to be heard as according to the United States Constitution.
So what do you think precipitated the breakdown in people's faith in the process, in our voting process? Here in Arizona, I know we had some trouble back in 2018 with Martha McSally.
Correct.
We had serious voting disruption in 1816, and the Democratic leadership at the county recorder has typically done a poor job, really, in placating and reassuring the voters that their voices are heard. So what do you think led to the imminent collapse of people's faith in the system?
As you were saying, this has been going on for years. We're no strangers to this. The sad thing is, like I said, I don't want to make this a bipartisan issue. I am a Trump supporter, for the record, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you, that this is BS. I'm not going to sit here and say F this person, F that person. What I am going to say is, like I said, every voice matters according to the Constitution. Now, as we know that this has been going on for years. It happened. This president has been ridiculed. This president has been hated since day one. Since he said, yeah, I might run for president, everybody wanted to mock and ridicule him, and guess what? He's become one of the best presidents we've had so far in my generation. So I think that we've lost our faith in the sense that we see how he's treated by the Democratic Party. We see how he's treated by the mainstream media. We see that, and now it's time that the American people rise up and support him. He's only one man. We're hundreds. We're thousands, and there's several of us out there. I got calls today from Florida and New York saying, "Hey, we're out there. We are with you." Even if we lost, New York, we're out there to support you. I got Florida saying, "Yeah, we won it, but you know what? For every boot that's on ground out there in Arizona, we got 100 more in Florida backing you up." I've gotten calls, I've gotten donations sent to me from Florida. I've gotten pizzas delivered over here from Florida. People just calling my number saying, "Hey, I'm having some pizza sent over there. These are for you guys to keep up the fight." Now, where we lost, and back to your original question, sorry I kind of drifted off, but back to your original question, I think we've lost faith in that this keeps happening. And I think we're starting to get the faith back in the sense that now you see the American people and how great we can assemble and how we can actually rise up and overcome this. I think we really lost the faith when all of a sudden we stopped counting Arizona. We called it at 75% vote, 75% counted. And now you see why they called it in such a big favor for Joe Biden when you have who knows how many. Like I said, this is not even a quarter or half of the size of the crowd that was here last night that have had issues with their ballots.
I mean, I've personally seen Trump convoys crisscrossing the state. I've seen street corner demonstrations cropping up in Peoria, all through the West Valley, the East Valley.
It's hard to find a Biden sign in my neighborhood.
It's hard to find one in the wild, man. It really is. The only place, you know where I find them? I find them along the freeways.
Yep.
And you know who put those out? The Arizona Democratic Party.
Yep.
Not the people.
Right.
Not the people.
Right.
And the people of Arizona, I think, are very clearly for Trump.
Right.
And if there's any clearer example of the attempts to change this vote and steal this vote, it's right here.
It is, 100%, yeah. And this is where it begins. I wish we were out here last night, but this is where it begins, is with the American people. Again, I abide by the Constitution. Every voice matters under the United States Constitution. It is our amendment, or it's our constitutional right to vote for who we want to vote for. And it's our constitutional right to have the First Amendment freedom of speech. And those, what scares me and what really...
Now, I would argue it's our responsibility to defend those rights.
It is. And that's what we're doing here tonight. That's why we got this organized. Because, when you see these rights being taken away from you, right in front of you, it's concerning. The fact that we have signs right behind you that say freedom of speech zone.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the United States is a freedom of speech zone.
Yeah, I'm going to pan around to that real quick, just so you guys in our audience can see what he's talking about. This is a very small section of the parking lot here out in front of the Maricopa County building that's been sectioned off as freedom of speech zones. Now, when I came in, I was greeted by a couple of sheriff's deputies, because this is also an MCSO facility on the other side. I thought that, it was just the normal cordon for a press event, for something where the press is going to be present. Boy, was I surprised when I crossed the parking lot and I got turned around because I couldn't cross the line.
Exactly.
So, you're on the wrong side.
I thought the United States was a freedom of speech zone.
Every square inch.
Exactly.
Every square inch of this country is protected under the Constitution.
And I've talked to the fine men and women of the MCSO.
Great guys. They're doing their job fantastically.
Yeah, and we back the blue 100%. Everybody here has gotten these officers back, so we've got them. We support them.
This is a peaceful demonstration. I mean, the news likes to talk about quote unquote peaceful demonstrations while a building is on fire in the background.
Last night I was labeled an extremist man in a tactical vest organizing some kind of chaos.
That's a nice vest, but that's not the most expensive I've seen. It's pretty good.
I keep it minimalistic, but it gets the job done. So,
it does.
But when CNN wants to report there and they're saying, look at this, look at these riots that are going on in the parking lot of the elections department in Arizona. That's weird because when they said that, we were kneeling in prayer.
I saw that. I actually saw that video. That's what made me come out here today.
Right. So how are you going to say, I have yet to see Antifa and, some other organizations out there that have, stopped rioting and stopped looting from these stores and these small business owners. I have yet to see a single one of them stop and pray in the streets in peace.
And, people are calling you out for having a tactical vest on. That's kind of hollow consolation.
Right. When
just the other day, Elijah Schaffer, if you're not familiar with his great work, he's been reporting on the Antifa and the BLM riots in the Philadelphia area.
Correct.
Elijah Schaffer had to evacuate the area because the FBI said there were credible threats on his life.
Yep.
They were looking to isolate him from the rest of the press and stab him. Now, this is another conservative journalist, another conservative content host.
Yep.
I'm not nearly to that level yet, and I hope to be when I grow up, but, when a journalist who reports from a conservative standpoint has his life threatened, I can only imagine what an organizer of an event like yourself, of course you've got every logical reason to want to have that kind of protection.
Exactly, and you know what? I've had somebody already come up to me and say, you know, I won't say their name and I won't say what campaign they may or not be from, but they've come up to me and say, hey, you know, you might want to lose the best. It's making us look bad. Well, I'm sorry, but this isn't making us look bad because this is a movement that you were not a part of when we started it last night. Actually, really yesterday evening. So our movement, to make it clear, we are not saying, again, we're not saying, you know, F Biden and, you know, we're not those hardcore right-wing extremists that the media behind me likes to say we are.
No.
All we are doing is making sure that those amendments, our constitutional rights, are being upheld to the highest standard. And they are not.
All right.
When you can't let a Democrat, when you can't let a Republican in a building, in a political building, when you can't let a United States congressman into a building, that's kind of concerning to me.
That's extremely
set up a fence. I mean, this is third world country type of stuff. When you say, oh, if you want to express your amendments, you know, if you want to express your rights, you have to do it on this side of the fence.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but people flee to this country to have this right,
and to
have these rights taken away from you. I mean, I have people in the crowd that have moved here from other countries.
I was talking to the Assyrians a couple of minutes ago.
Yep.
I'm going to be talking to them again.
Yeah. And they moved here to have the democratic process that we have.
Yeah.
And now that democratic process is clearly being stripped away from us. And the fact that nobody wants to talk about it, well, now is the time to talk about it. So it just so happens that it's happening to the Republican Party. No surprise. But I don't want that to twist the narrative. CNN has already said, again, you know, we're causing violence and civil unrest. They had to evacuate the building last night. The riot control had to come out. You can go ask those deputies over there how many times they had to pepper spray anybody or how many times they had to use a taser.
Zero.
None. So
Mike, I host a show. It's called The HoloNet on Mojo 50 Radio. It's a weekly show. It airs on Saturday. I gave you my card before. Shoot me a text with your contact information. I'd love to have you on the show in a little more of a calm environment.
Yeah.
And we can kind of do a post-mortem on this whole thing.
Yeah,
because by Friday, God help us, the vote better be in by Friday, let alone by Saturday, because I usually record on Fridays. But right now we're live with the Mojo 50 audience. It's a very, very solid audience. We call them jackholes because I don't know if you're familiar with Doc Thompson. Doc Thompson founded Mojo 50 after he left his previous place before he tragically passed away. And we're out here upholding his legacy of conservative libertarian voice. So it's a pleasure to speak with you, man. Go ahead, give me a fist bump there because my wrist is shot.
We're going to be out here until we get the answers that we deserve and until this state is either recounted or until this state counts our votes. Every single American vote is counted. We will be out here.
All right, brother. God bless. Carry the fight.
We will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Unalienable rights.
All right, kiddos. So that was Michael. He is one of the organizers of this group. Oh, Mike, real quick. If our audience wants to support what you guys are doing here, how can they do so?
So I have a private Facebook group. It's invite only. I'll throw the name out there. It's Sharpie Space Gate.
Okay.
If it hasn't been removed from Facebook, then you can find it there. Make sure you do capital S, Sharpie, space, capital G, and then Gate. Go under groups. I think it's either under groups or pages. They've made it hard to find already,
Tell me about it.
But the profile picture is a picture of a Sharpie pen, and that Sharpie pen is the one that we were forced to use in this state. I'm not saying every single person was, but a high percentage of people were forced to use this Sharpie pen. As a matter of fact, if you would like, if you're still streaming, I'll call it out and I'll tell somebody make some noise if you were forced to use a Sharpie pen, and that way your audience can actually see what's really going on.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
It's a problem, you guys. A huge problem. There's a leftist Democrat in charge of the election. He's counting his own vote. He counted his own vote. Thank you, he did. So Adrian Fontes, fire Fontes. He needs to go. He elected himself. Can you imagine that? He's the main reason why there's so many problems right now for this election, because he...
Arrest Adrian Fontes!
Yes, arrest Fontes! Arrest Fontes! Arrest Fontes!
Hey guys! Adrian Fontes! Hey guys, I got a clear question.
apologize for a second. If you were forced to use a Sharpie marker to fill in your ballot, make some noise, please, so we can get it. How about if you were at the ballots and you walked in with a ballpoint pen, blue or black ink, like they said to use, and it was taken away from you and replaced with a Sharpie marker? How about if you were at the polls and they had boxes of Sharpies ready to go, or they had them on the tables for you to fill out your ballots? How many of you had to go through that?
About a 2-hour-long line.
Exactly.
Long lines.
How many people here know someone that died for our right to vote?
All right, everybody, you're live on Mojo 50 Radio right now. Make some noise! So that's the crowd here at the Maricopa County voting facility. Well, it's the vote count facility, tabulation facility, whatever the hell they want to call it. As you can tell, they're excited. And yeah, they've had it. I said they're happy to be here earlier. I'm sure they're happy to be here, but it's coming from a place of serious injustice.
We want peace. We want a nation we can be proud of that stands as a pillar of our society, that stands to the world as something to look up to. And this election is embarrassing that. It's making us the laughing stock of this world. And we need to change that, and that's what I'm here for today. Who wants this microphone?
All right, guys, I know I'm back. All right, so just give you a little insight here. So we all know how corrupt the Democrats are, right? We all know it, every single one. I'm sure all of us right here, we all voted down the ballot red all the way, right? So let me give you an idea of what that looks like all around the country. When they stopped counting the votes, Donald Trump won. Let's be real, okay? He was going to hit 270. Okay? That's exactly why Biden came out and had his little crappy speech. His little bedtime speech. He had his little speech, right? And during that speech,
it's on our video,
we saw that very Grinch smile he had. Huh? We all saw it. We know what that means. They've been playing this ever since Donald Trump was elected in the first time. They say, oh, wow, well, he won. Well, we can't let that happen again. They're pulling out all the stops, people. They're panicking. They're back into a corner of the media, and they're all done. We all know it. It's too obvious. Fox dug their hole. CNN's been dug their hole. They're done. So let's be real here. They're just keeping us glued to the TV. We all know the truth. So I'm just going to say this. This is Trump country.
Okay, this is Marsha. I am a deaf woman. I'm a deaf woman, and I love my country. We are here to defend the Constitution, and President Trump is one of the God's faithful warrior to protect our country and the true patriots. We cannot allow Democrats to pull us down. We as patriots are God's warriors in battle against the evil forces. We can say Arizona is red, gosh dang it! And President Trump will win the victory!
You got something you want to say? Yeah, I do, actually.
I just want to say what's really quickly important to remember.
Get the mic up by your face.
It's really important to remember that as hard as we're going to fight, Trump is going to fight back for us. We will stand up for us and make sure
just the American people that want they want to know the answer. You know, they can send you out, they can send I mean, you seem like a nice lady.
All right. So I was a Russian interrogator in the United States Army, and I speak Russian. And I've studied the history of communism. And there's a woman here today that we need to hear from. And I welcome her to the microphone.
Thank you all. My name is Mona Oshana, and as my sign says, Assyrians for Trump. I love all of you patriots out here. I am one of you. We are one of you. My sister Nadia is here. And I want to give you a perspective from someone that has come from over there, from the outside world, that lived under Saddam Hussein, who was a socialist. A lot of people will be surprised to hear. We know what socialism is. We know what it feels not to have a voice, not to have human rights, not to have humanity, not to have the luxuries and the beauty, the miracle that America is. I'm not a politician, but I became one because politics tried to come after my voice, after my faith. Politics came after my family. Politics came after me to say, I don't have the right to stand and to be heard. Well, as we are all gathered here, silence is not an option. President Trump did not just awaken the silent man or the invisible man, but he woke up the legal immigrants that came from oppressive, lawless countries and appreciate his policies, his law-abiding way, and we appreciate his love for America. We've got how many living presidents, Republicans and Democrats? None have shown the love of country like Donald J. Trump. This is what's been awakened in America. America is the love of God. America is the safe haven for people like me and my mother, who took 8 children and risked her life and stood in the face of tyranny and said, I'm going to America. Thank you. I love you all. We appreciate it.
How are we doing, guys? I can't top that, so don't expect it. That's phenomenal. I really appreciate you speaking. That's
powerful,
that's impressive.
powerful message from Assyrians for Trump.
Kind of worried, not gonna lie, about the fate of this nation. 21 years old, I've never seen anything like this. I don't think anybody's seen anything like this.
So these are the Trump supporters that the media doesn't want to talk about. They want to paint this group as extremists. They want to give you the idea that these are all crazies, that these are all Trumpers, that these are all folk that don't deserve your attention, that don't deserve any credence, that these are Americans. These are American citizens. Some have come from faraway lands, fleeing from true oppression. Many are just like you and me. But this has been an amazing experience for me to come out here and stand with these folks in the face of as much opposition as the left can drum up. And I know that right now social media is throttling me to death. I see this. But I know that our Mojo 50 audience will see this and will share this and will get the word out that Phoenix has not given in. Phoenix has not surrendered. That we're not going to take this laying down. You know, I hear people in the background saying, where the heck is Ducey? Where the F is Ducey? And they're absolutely right. Where is Governor Ducey? Why isn't Governor Doug Ducey standing here with these people? Why isn't Paul Gosar here? Why isn't David Schweikert here? Where are our Republican candidates? I haven't seen a single one roll up. I've been here for an hour live for about 35 minutes now, and I've not seen a single solitary Republican candidate. I guess it was too hot for them. I guess they couldn't brave 100 degrees.
Okay, we'll keep the names, but we know who they are. The super rich, and the super criminals, and the communists. And they want to turn us socialist? No. Socialist is not far from communism. They want to turn us communist. They're not going to do it. I got one thing I'd really like to say about Trump. He doesn't know how to lose. When he says we're going to win, 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 he doesn't know how to lose. He's never, ever going to give up. Are we ever going to give up? No! Ever going to give up? Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. This is to the rest of America, you guys. We're going to win. The no-names. The no-names, but everyone with a voice. My brother, I got a brother in Greece. He called me up yesterday, and they were super worried in Greece. Okay, why? Because they know better than most Americans what this election means. Most Americans are either ignorant or uneducated. Or both. Maybe that's the same thing. I talked with him for an hour and I assured him, because I know Arizona was going to go red. We were going to stay and vote for Trump. And I saw what was going on. I've been following this really close. But I had to assure him, and they were very worried over there. And they know about the things that we know. They know about the pedophiles, the child trafficking. They know the whole world knows what's really going on better than we do. And we got to keep our voice up. We're not going to let them go. We're not going to let Fox News go. We're going to stay on Fox News. And and I want to put this out, to more people. I've been telling Fox News, the conservatives of Fox News, the conservatives to leave en masse, this time they'll hear it, to leave en masse from Fox News and create their own conservative news, a real conservative news network. Only the conservatives leave en masse and leave with the pedophiles and the communists. Okay? And watch their viewers go down. Just like all the other fake news. Okay? So just this last one, never give up. We're going to win. Why? Because we don't know how to lose. We don't know how to lose. Amen? And
so guys, no vest on me, grow a pair.
Yeah, I just had to point that out to some of our colleagues in the press. Some of our colleagues with the press decided they had to wear bulletproof vests out here because they're clearly in danger. Clearly. You know, all these crazy Trump supporters. I mean, yeah, I know. I just talked about the organizer of this and him having a vest on and that being totally reasonable. Why? Because, you know, it's not people on the right who are running around taking pot shots and stabbing people. That's an Antifa thing. That's not a conservative thing.
Why is Doug Ducey not down here? Why is Doug Ducey not concerned?
Who the hell knows?
So I stand here before y'all today. Because I wanted to show y'all, and I'm here to kill the narrator that black women hate Trump. Well, let me tell y'all something.
This black woman loves Trump. I've been fighting for Trump ever since he came down the escalator. And I'm here to fight for him right now. And you know what? Joe Biden has said to me that I wasn't black if I didn't support him. Well, guess what, baby? I'm not black. I'm American. And I love, yes, he called all of us. They're so dumb, they didn't know he was talking about us. Exactly.
I know. I've done this a long
So you got a group of protesters here standing at the fence, the boundary of the quote-unquote free speech zone, heckling a couple of members of the press for showing up in vests. Because they're apparently this is a very dangerous group. Apparently this is a very, very dangerous group of people I'm with, that I'm surrounded by. Ain't no vest on me, ain't no vest on me. Ain't no vest, cause y'all in Antifa, ain't no vest on me. 3TV showing up in vests. Nice job, guys. This is like when they bring a wind machine to a hurricane. It's funny. It's like when they bring a wind machine for a hurricane.
Hey, I got a big old fucking spoon. I'm gonna screw that shit on.
Seriously, this might be like the least dangerous group of people I've ever stood with. Least dangerous to me, that is. I think at the ballot box, these folks are very dangerous to the left. So, like I said, this is Matt Holloway, Mojo 50 Radio, coming to you right now from 320 Lincoln in Phoenix, Arizona, at the Maricopa County vote counting center, or vote tabulating center, whatever the hell they're calling it. 320 West Lincoln. So if you're looking for where the Trump supporters are gathering today, this is it right here. Get on down here. It's not too hot. Bring some water.
Black, white, gay, straight, Republican, Democrat, left, right, conservative, liberal. We are all Americans, ladies and gentlemen. And they walk past with the right? Now, I'd like to say, these communists are pushing Karl Marx theology. Okay? Marx was a 33rd degree Mason and a Satanist, ladies and gentlemen. He said he wanted to dethrone God. Now, Washington was also a Mason.
All right, folks. So back looking straight at my handsome mug and my dashing Make Space Great Again cap. Sounds like we have a gentleman who is an advocate for QAnon, has the microphone right now, wearing looks like a buffalo cap and a Q flag wrapped around his back, attracting all varieties of Trump supporters here.
You don't gotta run away. You can take a picture of himself. Just make sure you give him a good side, bro.
I did.
The guy that's gathering intel.
That's why they tried to steal this election, because they knew they couldn't win it. That is why they are trying to steal anything and everything they can, whether it be our resources, whether it be our votes, whether it be our news corporations, our entertainers, okay, our politicians. Now, how is it that these people are sold out? Well, believe it or not, these communist networks, these globalists, they use child sex trafficking to blackmail politicians, entertainers, CEOs, okay? Vice Presidents Obama and Biden.
I'm seeing a bunch of news outlets getting here late. Getting here late. America's Voice News was here like 5 minutes before we were.
Yeah.
How we doing, Mike?
Good. Are you guys still?
Yeah, still trucking along, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Had to throw a little shade at the 3TV guys rocking a vest.
Yeah. Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Where?
Right over there to the side.
Huh?
Right over there on the side. And there's a guy over here in the parking lot.
3TV. I don't see him.
To the United States of America.
Dude over here?
Yeah, no. He was wearing a canvas-like shirt. Yeah, he had a black vest on.
Oh man, that's hilarious. But again, you people out there, so as you guys saw, apparently, we got the media out here wearing plate carrier, just like I am. But how come last night I was labeled, as a
extremist,
and this guy's out here wearing a military-style vest.
Yeah,
kind of weird. But then the next day the media does it. So I guess if we're going with the media's agenda, if we're going with their narrative, then the media that was here wearing the same plate carrier, not the same brand, but was wearing the same style of military or tactical vest. I guess these publications, I guess they're extremists.
Yeah, they're
pretty. Should stop watching Channel 3 News.
I think they are pretty extreme on the left. And it's kind of sad when you see even local news brands are starting to drift.
Right.
When you have Fox News calling it for Biden last night, long before.
Right.
Night before. And just watching all the national media filter in late as usual.
Right.
Said I got
you know how I was extreme for wearing a plate carrier? Channel 3 News guys wearing it.
You, ladies and gentlemen, that are going to be the leaders in the rebirth of America. Just like with every birth, there is what seems to be chaos. There's blood, there's screaming, there's oh my God. But at the end of the birth, when the child is born, all of that chaos is completely forgotten about. And we will have a new nation when we take it back. Cooperation. God bless you and God bless America.
Hey, everybody getting on the social media.
King, to my comments before, okay? God is with us. And His focus is on us, but we have to fight for it. And there's a really good reason that I believe that God is with us. Yeah. Okay? Because His eye is also on Israel. He never takes His eye off of Israel. And I believe with all my heart that He's going to save America because He wants America to support Israel. I don't know what she promised all along to make Jerusalem the capital, okay, to put our embassy there, and nobody did it except President Trump. And I believe that that's one of the main reasons. He's going to save us. Yes, He loves us.
Here's a look at the press line here.
The people that
all along the periphery.
And I need the world to know that.
And I noticed that I see very few, brave their way into the crowd. It's kind of disappointing that way.
Okay, a cord of 3 strands is not easily broken. A cord of 3 strands is never broken. That's the 3. And that's one of the main reasons that I believe that Trump is, that God mix that up. That God is going to save America. But we got to fight for it. We just don't give up. Thank you very much.
All right, guys, so I'm checking my watch here. We should be going to Rants of Izzo on Mojo 50 pretty soon here, so I'm going to go ahead and take a break for now, and we'll get you back probably tonight for some afterthoughts.
I'm saying that on the day
and we will see you this Saturday on the HoloNet podcast on the Mighty the Powerful Mojo 50 Radio. I might come out tomorrow if they're still out here. We'll see. But thanks for joining me here in Phoenix at 320 West Lincoln, the Maricopa County vote count facility.
To our freedom. I'm only 46 years old, but I'm just dumbfounded.
Good evening. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. From Phoenix, I'm Matt Holloway.
And humbly
signing off.